Hello students, welcome to Power Tutorials. So today we're going to have last minute tips before the exam of social studies, which is SST exam. Okay, so I'm going to cover only 5 to 10 minutes of your time mostly because I don't want to disturb your time. Okay, so just see what are the main tips. The main agenda for today is tips to the different parts, that is geography, history, political science and economics. What is order to be followed for getting more marks, where we have to give more time for the exam, and what to do if I don't know the answers, because there can be guesses. There may be one or two questions if you don't even know the exam question. Okay, not for everyone, just for others. Okay, and the most important thing is what not to do before an exam. Okay, this I will covering at the end. So let's see the tips to write different parts. As I mentioned, we have 4 parts: geography, history, political science and economics. So for geography, here the most part we have to remember, there is no other option. So just try to focus on your points whichever is important for it, and focus mainly in writing those points first, and write always in points first, like 1, 2, 3 and so on. If it is 2 marks and all, I will discuss in the next part. Okay, but focus mainly on writing in points for geography, because each point is important to score marks. Whereas history, the main important point is dates. Dates are very important for history section. So whichever question there is an important part for write the dates, write that, underline that date part, and also underline the person or the place where it's belongs to that question. Okay, so dates are very important for history section. And here for history section question answers, no need to think about exactly NCERT sentences to frame it, but if you remember what happens there, just like a movie, what is happening in that war, or what is happening in these two kingdoms, or who is that person, who, when he is born, what he did. So those things just imagine like a movie point and just mention, and those are movie points like 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Okay, so here the dates is important, but grammar and the sentences are not important, but how to frame it, you can use your own language to frame it. Okay, whereas political and economics, here the lines should be exactly matched. I mean, the phrases or the sentences should be exactly matched with respect of your NCERT's class 10 textbook. So always use only those phrases. If you don't know the phrases, you remember only 1 or 2 phrases, then just underline those lines, and you can no need to underline for a rest part. Okay, and repeating again, geography, whatever is there exactly you have to write it, and we have to mention definitely in points. For history, dates are important, grammar is not important, so you can use your own language to write like a movie points, what is happening in this respective part and respective people or respective dates or places. Whereas political science and economics, you have to exactly follow NCERT lines which are mentioned exactly in the textbook, because there the weightage is much more. Next, order to follow. Okay, for geography, the MCQs weightage will be much higher. Okay, so that's why geography you have to remember to get more marks. Okay, next, what is order to be followed? Everyone suggests to order follow at least from 1 to last or section to last, but I suggest to follow this section, because in this way we can memorize more and get more marks. Okay, it is my suggestion. The first one is, you have to first, after getting the paper, just go to a glance, take about 1 to 2 minutes, just check how is the paper, is it moderate, tough or auto as per your knowledge. Just see the MCQs, check which section you feel is much confident. Section MCQs anyway we have to solve it first, so other like 2 mark section, 3 mark section, case studies, and the 5 marks, so which you feel is much confident, you just see that part. So whichever you feel that is much confident, you will definitely score out of out for the section, then start with that section. But if you feel that every section you feeling much confident and every section is almost equal, then follow this method. Okay, if you feel that a section, I mean 3 marks questions everything I know, then start with 3 mark section, because the way if you start, it only follows the entire section. If you start with the section which you don't know, or if you have 50-50 confidence, then you get low confidence. So always start with the section which you feel which is much confident. Okay, but as this is for the ones who which you feel like almost all are same confidence level. Okay, so for all are same confidence level, then start with long answers, because the weightage is more. So which you, whenever you start your exam, your mind will be fresh, so it's better to start with the long answers questions, so that you will get more answers, more marks here. Whatever the ideas you have in the brain, it will be fresh. So start with long answers, 5 marks, then go for the case studies which is of 4 marks, then go for the short answers, 3 marks, and then go for the very short answers. And map section, you can do it whenever you feel your choice, because every time the long answers if you keep on writing, your brain or the thinking power will keep on decreasing. Then go for the map section. Here it is fresh, because every student should be 100% sure about the map section. So wherever you feel you are getting dull while writing the theory part, then go for the map section, complete that map section, and go for the other section. Okay, so that's why I have clearly mentioned map section is your choice. Whenever you feel you're little bored when writing these long answers and you want to get a refreshment, then go for the map section, complete it, and then come back to the other section order. Okay, this is order to follow. then where to give more time as a suggestion, where you have more number of marks you have to give more time. So don't give more time for 2 marks or 3 marks question even though if you know the answers. Okay, just because even though if you write a lengthy part, if you will get only max of 3 marks there, you will not get 5 marks. But if you focus mainly on the long answer questions, then you can score more weightage. Okay, so always give more time for the long answer questions, and the order to be followed is you have to fix this many points for this much of questions. Like for 5 marks, always you have to fix between 8 to 10 points. You should not cross 10 points. You should not even it should not be less than 8 points. For 3 marks, 3 to 4 points are enough. For 2 marks, 2 to 3 points are enough. This should not be lengthy or less. Okay, so maintain this order. And for 5 marks question, suppose I remember only 4 points, then just write those 4 points first. Then write whatever you feel is related to the topic or related to the chapter something. If you want, you can write it, because most of the newsletters will not see each and every point in detail. They will mainly focus on the first 4 points. Then they will think that okay, I think the student might not know the next points as well, then they can give the full marks also. Okay, so always write the points which are you feel 100% sure about it. Write only those points as the first 4 to 5 points. Then if you don't remember, then write anything related to that chapter as the next points. Okay, and if here for political science and economics, underline the phrases which you feel you are much confident that it is exactly which is present in the NCERT textbook, then underline those phrases and points. Okay, for 3 marks and 2 marks also, if you feel that first 2 points are much confident, I remember only 2 points, then write those important points first, then write the other 2 points which is related to the chapter somewhere around. You can write those at the ending points, but first points are very important. Okay, next the fourth section, what to do if you don't know the answer. So for suppose in the 3 mark section, I have a question which I don't know it. So then I just remember a word suddenly, I don't even know at least 1 point. Then don't follow pointers method, follow paragraph method. Because for paragraph question, what they will say, invigilator will think is he knows something but he don't know the exact answer. Then they can give you at least 1 or 2 marks for the 3 marks question instead of getting 3 marks. So if you don't know the answer, this is very important. Don't leave any question, because if you write something, at least you can get half mark or 1 mark. But if you leave that question entirely, you will get 0 marks for that question. So that's why if you don't know the answer also, don't leave that question. Write something related to the chapter and always write in paragraphs if you don't know the answer. If you know it, always write in pointers and also underline the important words or phrases related to that answer. But for paragraph point of view, if you don't know the answer, just write something and just underline something, the words which are related to the chapter, so that at least you can get grace marks of 1 or 1.5 point for 3 marks question. Next, what not to do before exam. This is very important. So what not to do, because every student might have studied, it's not possible to cover 100% the entire syllabus. They might cover at least 80 to 90% of syllabus. So if you just discuss this topic before the exam with your friends, what they will say is, no, that part is important, why didn't you cover, or this part is important, why didn't you cover. So what will happen is your confidence level will decrease. Okay, so that's why I suggest, not only suggest, I request everyone to not to discuss anything prior to 10 to 15 minutes with your friends. Okay, just feel that you know everything, whatever you prepare, you're confident about it, just write the exam. Don't discuss anything before the exam with your friends. Okay, so these are the main tricks and the papers. So what are the suggestions I told you? So all the best for your exam. Just feel confident. Don't think about the past exams, what happened with respect to science or other exams. If you might have went well or wrong, doesn't matter, because this exam is in your hands. So just be confident and write your exam. So let's meet after the exam for the maths paper. Thank you.